Everybody, welcome back to day 3 of our 3-day Awaken Together challenge. I'm so excited to see you guys again. I'm kind of getting used to everybody here now. I'm gonna miss you guys as part of my morning routine. As you jump in, we're gonna wait for some people to arrive. Please share the impact that the exercises have had on you already. Have you noticed your yeses and nos in your body? Have you noticed an availability of more compassion? Have you asked what's that like inside of yourself or to somebody else? I'd just love to hear the impact that's here. Jacqueline, morning routine, 7 p.m. Sorry, I forget. Currently in Maui. So now it's been thinking about it since yesterday. Great. Go deeper more often. I love that for you. Pacing yourself, right? Just the difference between reaction and response could just be a breath. Noticing tolerance, sensing another way to move with it. Beautiful. Leon's been trying to feel the differences. Great. Dan's used what's that like several times. Nice. Barbara, no's and yeses were more difficult when combined with guilt. Ah, that's profound. Absolutely. Yeah. Exercises weren't new, but being with others helps enormously. Awesome. Great. So today is a very special day. I'm going to be sharing with you one of the first workshops that we do in Ceremonia. Ceremonia, for those of you that are joining that didn't join the first call, I'm Austin Mao. I'm the founder of Ceremonia. We're the leading legal and nonprofit psilocybin retreat in the United States. And what we do is we run these retreats where it's based on connection. The idea is that there are two kinds of safety, okay? And the depth to which we can go in ourselves is determined by how safe we feel. The types of safety are inner safety and outer safety. Inner safety is how safe do I feel with my emotions, my stories, my beliefs that come up, right? The memories or trauma that comes up. And our belief is that the best form of inner sense of safety is self-empowerment, aka I got this. And you get that through skill development, some of the work that we're doing here today, right? Over the past 2 days, you've learned some of the skills that we teach and do in Ceremonia, which can be really fun and also really enlightening. The second type of safety, your outer sense of safety, is how safe do I feel in this environment with these facilitators, with this music, with this process, with all these people on the Zoom screen together, right? And we believe that the best form of outer sense of safety is connection, aka I'm here with you, I'm not trying to change you, and I am vulnerable with you. Does that make sense? And when you have those two qualities of safety, well, we're able to explore ourselves more. We're able to reveal more, to expose our neck and have a kiss instead of a cut. And so what we're going to be working on today is something that I'm excited to share with you because when people come into our retreats, they begin as strangers. In fact, we do pre-calls, kind of like we're doing now. And everyone's asking themselves, like, how am I going to have such a deep transformative experience with strangers in a room? And then within just a few hours, really within the first hour, they become closer to each other than they often relate. They feel with their best friends or family. And that's a process we're going to do today. It's called impact. Okay. So first, last call, I asked this question. When you ask someone, how are you? What are the typical question answers you get? Fine, good, okay, right? And when you get that sort of an answer, do you feel more connected with the person? Not really, right? It's kind of like a neutral ground. And so what we're going to do is actually name an experience. Okay. And I'm first going to guide you through a process. I'm going to demo it first. Okay. Then we're going to go into breakout rooms and try it on together. Okay. And the process begins with a Buddhist practice called noting, aka noting our own experience. So I just like to invite everybody to sit up straight. And we're going to go inwards for a moment. And just notice your thoughts that are here. Like observe the quality of your thoughts. And I'll share now the thoughts that are going through my head is I'm thinking, am I doing this right? Are people going to get it? I'm thinking, am I on schedule of time? Just notice what thoughts are going through your mind right now. Okay, next, I'm sensing. So these are your five senses. What senses are here right now? What's the taste in your mouth? What sounds do you hear? What's the sensations on your skin? What do you see? What do you smell? Okay. Now the next one is I'm feeling an emotion of blank. What emotions are present for you right now? Is there calm, anxiety, confusion, curiosity? What emotions are here right now? And then the next one, your sensations in your body. I'm feeling in my body. What do you notice in your chest, in your gut, in your head? What do you notice? And then simply in this moment, completing the sentence stem, I notice I am blank. And these could be any of your thoughts, sensations, emotions, or feelings in your body. What do you notice is happening for you right now? I notice I am thinking X. Notice I'm feeling blank. I notice I'm feeling my body blank. What do you notice is here for you right now? And I'm going to ask for 3 volunteers, whoever raises their hands and you could do that using the react symbol. And Barbara, would you be able to come on video? We'll do Sanella, Barbara. Awesome. Okay. Ask to unmute. We'll spotlight you. And one more volunteer. Hi, Barbara. Hi, Sanella. Thank you for volunteering.
Hello.
Okay, we have one more person raise their hand, and we'll take Priscilla. Awesome. Okay, so what we're going to do right now as a demo is simply just state, what do you notice? I notice I am blank. So I notice I am waiting for you guys to respond.
I noticed I
Can't
was
hear
nervous.
Sanella.
Yeah. I didn't know if you were asking me or someone of us to start, so I
Oh,
just did it.
great.
Can
I'm
I?
anxious
Ah, you notice you're anxious. Okay.
from going to emotions this afternoon.
Can you say that one more time?
I feel kind of the quiet after a storm. I went through quite a lot of emotions this afternoon.
You're feeling quiet after a storm. Okay. So now what we're going to do is saying, hearing that I notice. This is the impact that someone else's noticing has had on you. Okay. So hearing you share that you're feeling the quiet after the storm, I'm noticing like almost like the anticipation of a storm swirling inside of me in my chest.
I feel relief. I feel more relaxed, more at ease, more connected.
Hearing that I notice, yeah, there's like a jittery part of me that is like softening, like hearing the relief, hearing your expression of relief. What do you notice is inside of you as you hear me share that, Sanella or Barbara?
Like a peace,
Hmm.
like just stillness, peace inside of me,
Hmm.
connection maybe.
Hmm. Yeah, hearing that, I notice my uh, alertness, like awakeness, is arising. I'm like more leaned in to this right now.
Awake.
Did you say hearing that you notice you're more awake?
Yeah, more alert.
Yeah. Priscilla, seeing you nod, I'm noticing that I'm like craving hearing your voice.
Um, what the other people are, what everyone else is saying, I'm feeling too. So that's why I'm nodding.
Hmm, cool. Well, thank you guys for demoing this with me. Let's all give Priscilla, Barbara, and Sanella a round of applause. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to breakout rooms of 4 now. And if you don't enter a room of 4, or maybe there's some people that are not there, you can still do it with 2 people, or you can come back into the main room. Okay. And what we're going to do is we're going to start with, I notice I am blank. So this is your mindfulness practice, right? What are your thoughts, sensations, emotions, or feelings in your body? I notice I'm feeling tension. I notice I'm feeling a weight in my chest. I notice I'm feeling thirsty. I notice I don't know what to say, or I notice I'm feeling scared. And then the next person is hearing that I notice. Hearing that I notice I am experiencing blank. Okay. Well, groups of 4 that we're forming now. And again, if you don't have anybody in your group, you're welcome to rejoin the room. We'll do it as a big group, or you can do it just one-on-one. And notice your sense of connection that you start with to where you conclude with. Okay. We'll go for about 5-ish minutes and then share with each other what that's like. So we're preparing the rooms now, and when we're ready, we'll go out to it. I notice I am blank. And those that have remained, if you wish to unmute and go on video, we can do this exercise live here. Okay. Hi, Maria.
Hello.
What do you notice?
I am not in a place where I can share.
Oh, okay. Well, I notice a slight sense of disappointment because I was really looking forward to sharing with you. For those that are not in a place to share and just listening, I'll share the value of this practice. We are constantly being impacted by the things around us, the people around us, the energy in the room, and that impact is happening within us. So when I experience Eric on screen right now, I am experiencing that in my own consciousness. And so making the unconscious conscious, right? Experiencing our feelings, experiencing our thoughts, our sensations, that's the fundamental process of meditation. But the thing about meditation, like you can just focus on your breath and get to enlightenment that way, but it can be a very isolated experience, right? You can become a monk on a mountaintop. But the where we live is in a connected world. We're on Zoom screens, we're in meetings, we're constantly meeting people. And depending on the kind of city you live in, you could be meeting hundreds of people a day. And so acknowledging the impact that other people, that scenarios, that environments have on you is your own internal mindfulness practice that you can then share with other people. And when two people are engaged in mindfulness at the same time together, what happens is that unconscious becomes conscious and connection forms. I've been in circles where some of the deepest noticings came out, noticing that they were scared, noticing that I reminded them of someone that caused them trauma from a past, noticing attraction even, and being able to vocalize and share those vulnerable, authentic expressions. Well, what that does is it breaks down the barrier of separateness that's between us all. And then connection really bubbles up. So when we notice together and notice impact and we're really authentic about it, we can become more and more courageous. And then when you combine that with what's that like? Well, what can then happen is you can then get curious about experiences. So I see some people are here. Christian and Anne, would you guys like to demo this together? Great, I'm going to have you guys unmute. And anybody that wants to go camera on can also demo it too. What's it like to be you right now, Anne?
Right now, I'm feeling very calm. I'm welcoming this experience, and it kind of flows over me very softly.
Noticing as I hear like flowing over me, I'm noticing this like rising tingling up my arms. It's like a signal to me like, oh, this is just the practice I really love sharing.
I feel a blanket, a soft, thick, but not heavy blanket that that makes me feel stronger.
I notice I'm taking this like deep inhale right now with a big smile on my face. I'm like, wow, that's I feel grateful right now. Yeah.
I feel very welcome with that gratefulness. I feel that it's good. It's like a light shining around me.
Hmm. I notice like the gratefulness, like now settling, and my body kind of like sinking down and just being really grounded right now.
I feel a, a very important feeling, which is connection.
Hmm. And what's that feeling of connection like?
It's um, it's peaceful because it feels like a positive connection.
Mhm.
Um, it's grounding because it feels deep.
I just saw Christian unmute. What's that like for you to hear, Christian, to be with Anne and me?
Do you mean me?
Hmm.
Okay. Um, first, I'm very far away in Germany, and my English is not so good. But in the last about 30 seconds, I feel a kind of connection, yeah, uh, in this room. Yeah, not only in me, but outside too.
Mm.
Uh, it's a kind of stillness that I
Beautiful.
feel. Yeah, yeah. And
Beautiful.
it's this feeling is kind of overwhelming, I would say.
Wow.
Yeah, like this.
I noticed I took another deep breath in and just like so happy for you, Christian. Thank you, Anne. Thank you, Christian, for
Thank
sharing.
you.
Welcome back, everybody. And just take a moment right now and just notice inside of you. Are you able to notice more inside of you right now? Do you feel more connected right now? And notice how you feel towards this experience. Is there something that surprised you here? You know, many of us, I think, can struggle to believe that we can feel connection like that within just minutes with someone on a Zoom screen. I was just practicing with Ann Neal and Christian. I don't know where Ann is, but Christian's in Germany and I'm in Maui. He's literally on the other side of the world. And he said that his English isn't so great, but he was feeling connection and as stillness, and it was a little overwhelming. How interesting is that? This practice can surpass barriers, languages, time and space. And that's because what we're fundamentally noticing, guys, is the act of being human together. Imagine all the conflict in the world that's out there and that we're able to get vulnerable with each other. Like, oh, I notice I'm scared. I notice I don't know what to do. I notice I'm angry that my boundaries were crossed. I notice. And when we combine that mindfulness practice together, what we're able to do is awaken together, is to transcend together, transcend what our stories are, right? If you say you notice that you're anxious and I just take that at face value, what I can then do is from our first lesson, what's that like? Oh, what's it like to feel anxiety? What's it like? What's it like? What's it like? Oh, I notice that I have that too, right? How many of you noticed that something that someone else noticed, you're feeling the same as well, or some variation of that? How interesting is that, right? And these are people of different ages, different genders, different everything. So the last 2 days, the first day, we leaned into curiosity. What's that like? The second day, into boundaries and compassion. The third day, today, on noticing impact, right? And these 3 days are designed as a taste for you to get a sensation of what's possible for you. Did you learn something these last 3 days? Yes? Has that been valuable for you? Is that something that's generating curiosity for you of what it might be like to lean into these practices? And can you see how fun it is? Can you see how fun it is when we are just doing simple practices, right? This is not you in a therapy room. Yesterday, we just did yes, no. And how powerful could that be? Today, we probably use the most words out of any other day. I notice I am blank. But can you see the power of simple, playful practices? That's because our brains are wired for entertainment, because that's the best way we learn, right? The best way you learn is not from a textbook or from a whiteboard. The best way you learn is from having an embodied experience that is fun, right? So what I invite you into is our 5-week course that we're going to be launching. It starts February 10th. Eric, can you put on the screen this program? And in this program, we're going to go through 5 lessons, each of them 90 minutes. Now, we've been doing 30-minute sessions here, okay? And they've been delightful, but they've also been compressed. And in each 90-minute session, we're going to go through module 1, connection, module 2, curiosity, 3rd, compassion, 4th, clarity, and 5, courage. And what you're going to arrive with at the conclusion of this course is a much more skillful and greater sense of how to build that inner sense of safety and an outer sense of safety, so that you can walk through life understanding how you can get connected with everybody, how you can safely be vulnerable and authentic with yourself. And here's what's possible. I'm going to share with you, I actually just woke up to this this morning. I have this great gift of being able to facilitate people through transformative experiences through Ceremonia. And I was just reading through WhatsApp messages from people that came to our Ceremonia retreat 2 weeks ago. This guy, Ed, he says, I have to say, oh, Ed is actually a member of our Heart Mind community. He says, I have to say, years ago, making eye contact was difficult. Keeping it, not possible. No deep gazing. Day 1 of our retreat was super intense. Had a lot of difficulty keeping the gaze. Did some looking away, like, whoa, not just casual glances at me, but glances behind the veil, emotional, had to really push myself, right? But now, he says, I'm not afraid to look. I prefer it. I seek it, see what I find, and or have someone look at me. That's okay too. I'm at ease, present, grounded, engaged, and talking. No longer silent, withdrawn. A totally different experience, a new way of living. With my history, I was always aware of people's moods and kept no eye contact out of need for safety. Thank you all. So, of course, one of our bonuses that's available is to be able to join one of our retreats at a discount. But here is what is possible with this 5-week program. Eric, are you able to put on the screen the... Yes, so here's the landing page in the chat, okay? And you'll see that here. Beautiful. And here you can sign up. It's $249 for the course. And we have 3 bonuses. Those bonuses are a workbook that is valued at $197, a 7-day connection reset challenge, which is valued at $97, and a $250 credit towards a Ceremonia journey, which we literally guarantee a life-changing transformation. And so if these last 3 days have impacted you, right? If you find yourself more connected, more curious, if you've learned something, imagine what can be possible 5 weeks together. And I look forward to having you guys here. I'm so excited to share this with you. Take a moment, visit this landing page, sign up. There's a money-back guarantee if this is not something that you absolutely love. I'm going to stick around for some Q&A. If anybody has it, just raise your hand, and happy to get to you. And then once again, the link is in the chat. So raise your hand if you have any questions. We've got Michelle. Yes, Michelle.
Hi, Austin. I first
Hi,
want to say
Michelle.
thank you so much. And thank you to everyone here for bringing your presence and holding this space. It just has been such a joy.
Thank
And
you.
I'm very curious about moving on in the journey. But I'm also curious if there's ever plans to do this in person.
Well, we do this in person in the ceremonial retreat.
Mhm.
The way that we do it, and if you sign up for this course, that is $247, you also get $250 off towards the retreat. So it just evens out.
Mhm.
The retreat is a legal psilocybin retreat in Denver, Colorado, and we're a nonprofit, so it's half tax deductible.
Mhm.
And what we do is we engage in these practices before working with powerful plant medicine in a
Mhm.
legal, regulated setting. And what people often relate is by the time they take plant medicine, they feel like they've been in a meditation retreat with their best friends. And so
Mhm.
their inner sense of safety and their outer sense of safety is so high that even people that have been on SSRIs for decades,
Mhm.
they are able to come and I'm not giving medical advice, but the
Mhm.
vast majority of them have gotten off of psychiatric meds
Mhm.
because they've been able to find their own self-empowerment.
That's beautiful. Thank you. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you, Michelle.
You're welcome.
Amy?
Yeah, hi. Thank you, Austin. This has been really enlightening. I have a couple of questions. The course that you're talking about, is that going to be given any other times of day? Because I work full time. It's easy to take a half hour, but it's hard to take an hour and a half. I'm just wondering what time of day that will be.
Hmm. Um, I am actually not super sure what time of day it is. Eric, do you know? I know it begins on February 10th, and
1 p.m. Eastern Time.
1
And all
Okay.
p.m.
sessions are recorded and you will have access for a whole year.
Okay. Okay. And then also, as far as your retreats, I saw on your website that you have psilocybin and ayahuasca.
Mhm.
And so are those, do you run both of those? But what do you see as the difference?
Yes, we have psilocybin. We often consider this our level 1. And then ayahuasca, we often consider our level 2. And it's really an ayahuasca and meditation retreat. The difference between the medicine is, I get this question asked all the time. I, um, in the shamanic world, my training comes from ayahuasca, just preface that. Okay. So in the shamanic world, they call mushrooms the wise children of the forest. And if you think of the energy of children, it's playful, random, sometimes jester-like. Okay. Mushrooms is more of a choose your own adventure. It mandates that you have some skillfulness to guide yourself. Okay. Ayahuasca is in the shamanic world is called grandmother. If you think of an energy of an archetypal grandmother, there's a firm but loving energy. And ayahuasca tends to be directional. It tends to like what the medicine shows you is like here is a truth that you've been unwilling or unable to see. And I'm going to uh, gently, firmly, lovingly pull you towards that truth. Okay. The reason why I suggest people do psilocybin before ayahuasca is because with the energy of ayahuasca, it can often feel like there's something in the medicine that is directing you. And the shamanic traditions, the orally passed traditions, do carry a great deal of dogma of saying, oh, the plant spirits are doing this, or um, these entities are doing this, right? And what can happen is if you get this transformative experience with ayahuasca, it's very easy for people to externalize the healing agent. They say something out there healed me in here, aka that spirit or the plants or the medicine or the shaman or the facilitator, right? And when that happens, if we go back to life, the shaman isn't whispering in your ear all the time. You're not on ayahuasca all the time. And when life continues to life, right? When you continue to experience challenges, I've seen time and time again, I facilitated over 650 individuals that they can start going back to the medicine. Very much like our Western model of like taking medication,
Go back
and
to the medicine of
go back
ayahuasca?
to the
Go
medicine of
back.
ayahuasca. Yeah. So I see
Oh,
people
because they
like
need to keep
every few
going back.
months, they keep going back and back and back
Ah,
because they rely on that medicine
okay.
to find themselves. So in our level 1 retreat, um, one of the core philosophies and values is to support you into your own self-empowerment so that you can go back to life and meet life with greater sense of curiosity and courage and connection, compassion, all the 5 C's that
Right.
are in this 5-week course.
Okay. And then if they do ayahuasca after, it's more effective or they're more empowered with it, you find?
We prepare people with our level 1 for that
I
sense of
see.
self-empowerment. Then when they go to ayahuasca eventually, they are able, no matter what anybody says, they are able to find their own self-empowerment. Because the
Okay.
thing with psychedelics is your brain goes into a very malleable state. And if somebody is whispering in your ear, Jesus, 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 guess what you're going to see in your experience? You're going to see Jesus, right?
Yeah.
And so if a shaman or a facilitator is telling you, oh, here are the plant spirits and here they're doing this thing XYZ and sharing their beliefs without your own sense of self-empowerment, you
Mm,
might adopt those beliefs as
I
truth.
see.
Does that
I
make
see.
sense?
Yes, it
Okay.
does. Yeah. Thank you so much for that
Thank you,
explanation.
Amy. Simone?
Hi. I kind of had my question answered. Someone asked in chat when the next psilocybin retreat is. However, if I'm going to travel to Denver, I'm not going to go there twice, once for the psilocybin, once for the ayahuasca. So, do you have something that combines the two, or is the ayahuasca offered right after the psilocybin?
What we do is we have a 6-day psilocybin retreat with 3 ceremonies. And then our ayahuasca, and that is held every quarter. Okay, so our next one is April, the one after that is in July. And you can find that on our website. Um, then twice a year, we hold an ayahuasca retreat. So I'm actually facilitating an ayahuasca retreat starting next Monday. And then the next one after that is in October 25 to 31. And that happens in Cabo, Mexico. So the ayahuasca is held oceanside, beautiful cabanas in Mexico at one of the top 10 yoga centers in the world called Yandara. I hope that answered your question. I'll take 1 or 2 more questions, and then if anybody else has anything. Otherwise, the link to the course is at heartmind.co/awaken together. Unfortunately, don't come to Europe with the retreats because we're facilitating in legal settings. If you are interested in the retreats, you can go to this link. Yes, to the link that Eric just pasted. Thank you all so much. I guess we'll take 1 more question from Michelle, and then
Real
I will
quick, I was
switch.
just curious if the 5 C's are from the 8 C's of internal family systems.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
amazing. Thank you for
Yeah.
integrating this. And lately, I've been hearing a lot of talk about integrating EMDR with IFS. And I work in mental health, so I value integrative mental health and forms like this because it isn't a one size fits all. So thank you for what you're doing, and thank you for continuing to bring what we see as powerful and impactful into the world.
Thank you, Michelle.
You're
You know,
welcome.
I have a dear friend who's a well-known public speaker that says every framework is insufficient, but they can be useful. And IFS is I think one of the best frameworks, in my opinion, for psycho-spiritual work.
Mhm.
But it can be quite heady. It can be quite complicated, right? Like all of our facilitators are trained in IFS, but supporting participants in their own training into that, well, that takes a lot of time and energy. And
Mhm.
so what this Awaken Together course has available is actually everything, all the practices are really simple, as you had experienced in the last 3 days. And that simplicity is, when we're in a triggered state of fight, flight, or freeze, it's very challenging to be like, oh, here's what my part needs, and I'm going to go, relax this part back and look at these polarized parts. And people are asking, what is IFS? Internal Family Systems is a 50-year-old psychotherapeutic framework, one of the ones that is fastest growing and the one most often paired with psychedelic assisted therapy. And IFS treats our inner workings as protective parts. But it's a very complicated model. It can be. And so by engaging with simple practices, it's something that we can more easily remember and embody when we're in triggered states, right? And so, what you're going to be learning in these 5-week program is things that you can do from day one with your friends, your family, and also those that you have challenges with, just bringing the curiosity, bringing the compassion, bringing the connection, leaning in with courage. Okay.
Brilliant. Thank you. Thank you
Thank
so
you all
much.
so much. This has been a wonderful 3 days. Great work, everybody. And I'll see you soon on the 5-week course, okay? Thank you, Eric, for putting up this. And please, we start February 10th. We're enrolling now. Super excited to share this with you.